Okay, now it has started.
Okay.
Yeah. So wait 1 second. So let's go back to the first example. Now I am confused now. You run.
You have a pointer, right? Your pointer keeps on going forward. Okay. Initially, my pointer starts at 3, right? Okay.
Oh, okay, okay. Now I got it. Okay, okay. So okay, you start from A, you
Right.
cool it down, then you put A. Now A has been, and when it's 0, you remove it from the hash map.
You don't need to remove it because it's 0.
Okay.
You know you can run it. You
How
can
do you
just
know it?
leave it there.
How do you know it's 0? Okay, because it's A and you look at it 0. Okay.
Yeah, you have the counter. So you check the counter.
Hmm.
If the counter is 0, run it and then set it to reset it to the counter. So it's 2.
Hmm.
And now
Wait,
you
it's
hit
2.
B.
Okay.
B is
Now
not in the
it's 2.
hash map, so you can run it. And you
Hmm.
put B in the hash map with 2. Then you hit A, right? So A had a counter of 1 because B already ran, right?
Hmm.
So you insert a blank. Now A had a counter of 0, you insert A again.
So it means looks like whenever you go through with the loop, you also make sure that you're decrementing A, even you see the B.
Yeah, if the counter is greater than 0, you decrement.
Okay, okay, got it.
Wait. So wait. Let me think what you're doing. Let me.
Mhm.
So what he's doing is he creates a hash map. He puts all the tasks here, and he says their counter or
How
their
much time is
cooldown.
left?
Their cooldown.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And if there are tasks, basically for, and this is task actually, for each task, right? Check if task in hash map, right? No. For each task, if task in hash map, you check its counter,
Right.
check its cooldown.
Right. If cooldown is 0 or it doesn't exist, right?
If cooldown is 0 or
Not in hash map.
does not exist, run it.
Run it and add it to the hash map if it's not there.
Add to, run it and start the execution. Basically,
Right.
start the cooling down.
Right.
Okay. This is your if condition. If cooldown is 0, else if cooldown is not 0,
Then decrement the hash map.
of all the tasks.
Yeah. If they're greater than 0. Well, you don't need to really check that. You don't care. So you can just decrement them all blindly.
Yeah. Okay. So is everyone like clear with this? What Devan's idea was? Arya, Cap, Karan.
Yeah, I'm
Anand?
clear. Yeah, I understood.
Okay, understood. Now give the time complexity now. What you guys are doing here?
Um,
Worst case, it's O of K times N.
What is K? What is N here? There are
K is the cooldown, N is the number of items.
so let's say let's say it's task. I mean it's task. This is your N and your
Right.
K and you have a cooldown. So
Just
say
K.
in number of times of no K, no N. Tell in terms of task and number of cooldown. In terms of cooldown.
It's cooldown time task. Worst case, you're going to have all the same
Mhm.
task, right?
That's
How?
true.
Wait. We go to for each task. We go through all the tasks, right?
Right.
Okay. Then you check if the task is in hash map. Fine. You check
No,
if
you're not doing for each task. You're keeping a pointer, right? You're just
yeah. So
checking that
basically,
pointer.
you're going through for each task in the sense you're going through this array, this array.
You're not looping through that array every single loop. You're just checking
No,
your
not
point.
every time. I'm
Okay.
not telling every time. It
Oh,
says
okay,
like
okay.
I equal to 1, 0, then 1, then 2, then 3. That way. I mean, you first go to 3. I mean, this is the right. You first go to 3. Then for each task in the sense, you go to 3. Then the other one. Then the other. Then the other. That is what I'm saying for task and task. So in Ruby, so this is O of task is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now you check if the task is in the hash map. Check if cooldown. Okay. Fine. This is fine. What about this one? Decrement the whole hash map. Whole hash map means you're going through again through all the tasks. You're decrementing all.
So it's O of n.
So it's O of task square at least.
Yeah.
Right? Is this clear? Why it's O of task square?
Yeah.
What with the solution that Devan said?
It's like basically O of n square or task square. Yeah,
Yeah.
got it. Because of we have to go through with the in else condition to decrement all of them. That's
And also
why.
remember, he's not doing it once. He's going it. So he go. So while. So Devan, what were you doing here? You decrement the hash map once, right?
Right.
And if everyone is having a cooldown of 1, what you do is, or let's say 2, 3, 4, 5, you
Right, they
decrement it
all-
once,
1, 2, 3, 4.
4,
Yeah.
then you again go through it because you have not seen 0 till now. Then you do 0, 1, 2, 3. You again do a 0. You go, and if it is 0, then you run it.
Yeah.
This is what you're saying, Devan, right?
Yeah.
So basically, this is running the times till something is till the counter has become 0.
Yep.
So it's like you're running it anyway multiple times. So I mean, at least it'll become O of n square. I mean, at the worst, you'll have to run. I mean, this number of times is no. This is not O of k square. This is O of task into your cooldown into your task. Because you're not running the hash map, you're not going to the hash map only once. You're going it number of times. The counter has gone. I mean, number of times till your count goes to your cooldown goes to 0, right? So this
Mhm.
itself is task into cooldown.
Yeah.
Is that clear, everyone? Like Cap?
Yep.
You're getting what is happening here, right? I mean,
Yes. Yeah. I was thinking, is there a way to do it without hash map?
yeah. Do let us know if there's a way. I mean,
If I wanted to try a brute force way, and then okay, let's try something else.
yeah. So Devan, so you go ahead. How will you do that now? So basically, what you're doing is, okay, fine. If so basically, this one, right? Decrement the hash map of all, right?
Right.
So how will you optimize this one? I mean, I mean, you're going correctly. Fine. You created a hash map. You created the counter.
Because what you need, what if you keep a counter of how much time has passed, right? Because every single time you add a task,
Okay. Now visualize this way. Now let's say you're in the factory. You have multiple machines and you have to run all of them, right? And there is some cooldown that is happening. Now you run the first task. Let's say your server is running now,
right?
right? Now you come back and you again have to start, right? For that first server, what do you remember? What will you put down? Do you put down the count? Do you actually put down the counter? I mean, the cooldown that is happening, or do you put something else? And just visualize, like you have n servers, let's say n like pipelines or something. You start one, and you wait for some time, or you do something, and now you have to start the second pipeline or third pipeline. What is that thing that you have to check for the first 2 pipelines? Is that the counter, like the cooldown that is happening, or is there something else?
You have to check if it's available.
How do you check that? Is it using cooldown?
No, it's not using cooldown. It's
So that is what you're
using-
doing. That is what you're storing. You're storing the cooldown in the hash map. Hash map is what is the property of that server that you're storing that will help you figure out, should I run the same? Can I run the same pipeline again, or should I have to run another?
Right. You send a notification saying you're free.
So Arya, I mean, you have 2 tasks. The first task is completed. Now you have another task that came in. Right. What is that property of the first task that you have to check? That
The property of first task you have to check. First of all, that same task is not coming. Like for example, A, and also cooldown.
Right.
yeah, cooldown basically. But
But also, for example, if it is coming A, B, then
Okay,
you
so
can
okay,
still
so
do
example,
that,
okay.
right?
So in just O of 1, in just let me think how I want to push you to that solution, but I'm thinking about how should I say that.
I see.
So basically you're saying you guys have task stored, and you're also saying you also have
If you're
okay.
drawing something, we can't see it.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, we can
I'm not drawing anything till now.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to visualize what you're saying. You're saying that there are, let's say there are so many tasks. Let's say task
Mhm.
1, something. You have task 2. Let's say A, B. You have C. You have D. You have E. Right? And let's say there are n tasks like this up to Z. Let's say. Right? Just imagine there are n tasks. And now let's say I have a new task that came in. Right? Yeah, what am I supposed to check? Like, how do there is some property that is shared by everyone. There is some property. There is how do I say that?
First property, like the talk by like a timestamp, basically. Each task should have a timestamp.
Okay. So what will happen with that?
Okay. Then if a task 2 comes, and if you check is the same task you have seen before, then and it has a count, it's already 0, or your timestamp is now 0 or 2, or whichever the cooldown period is.
Okay, wait.
That's
So
what
you're saying current timestamp, let's say current timestamp is, let's say 10. So 10 was the I mean 10th was a time when the server had executed finishing, right? And now your timestamp is, let's say 15, and your cooldown is let's say 4. Current time is 4 and your cooldown was 4.
Okay. 1 second. You said timestamp was 10 when we initiate, so that's not our cooldown time.
This is when it got executed. I mean, since
I see. When it's got executed.
Since 10th second, it had started cooling down. Right? Now let's say Deven came into the factory. He started the server at 10 and it finished in 1 second. Right? So from 11th second, it started cooling down. Okay. Now Deven goes for lunch. He comes back. He comes at 15th second. How will he check how much cooldown has happened?
The previous the current minus previous of total is like 5.
Yeah. So basically, I mean, if current is 15, so it has been cooling down for 5 seconds, right?
Oh, I see. So you're trying to say like we could have a hash, like kind of linked hash kind of map.
No, I'm not saying that.
Something. So that's where we can go previously and check that what is our current. No.
So what I'm saying is, so instead of storing the, so see, now you guys went to like the most brute test solution ever. Whatever Deven said. So I'm also stuck now. How could even this is not even the brute. This is like the brute test solution ever. Okay.
It's still a brute force solution.
No. It is the brute test force test example solution ever. Okay. Because you are giving O of task into cooldown into task. Right? This is not even the brute force solution. Brute force would be something better, which will not even have cooldown. You'll have only O of task square. Okay. So that is what I'm trying to know. How do I go to the brute solution by taking out cooldown? Right. So what I'm saying is, so instead of okay, let's say you have timestamp only. Right. And for all the tasks, you are storing the task ID and the time when it got executed the first time. I mean the last time. You don't care about the first time or the second time or the third time. Only the last time when it got executed is what you note down. Let's say it ran at, let's say 2 times. Right? Now let's say you get the task again. Same task again. Let's say at 3rd second. Right? You subtract 3 from -2, you know that it has not cooled down. So you wait for one more time. Then okay, I'm still at task 1. I still wait for one more time. Okay, 5. Now if there's enough cooldown, then you start this one. So that was the first approach. But this one didn't give the minimum time. Right? Is that clear?
Yeah.
I mean, so basically what I did is, let's say you have 3, 1 and 3. Okay. Now let's say 0 got executed at 0th second. Right? So you put 3. Now you get this 3, right? And your cooldown is, let's say 2.
Right.
You got this 3. right? This you got at first second. You subtract 1 from 0, you see that there's been only one cooldown. I cannot run it yet. Wait, has it started cooldown or no? No, it's not started cooldown. So basically this is also 0, right? I mean, till now, wait.
No, it's the next time in the loop, so it's 1.
Okay, so you get 3 again. Okay, so now the counter is 1. The current timestamp is 1.
Right.
I check, I subtract 1 from 0. Okay, now the cooldown is 1, so I cannot run it. I'll add 1 more. Okay. Now, I mean, then you get 3. Then you check. Okay, now it is 2. 2, 0 is 2. Okay, it's still running. Then I cannot add it yet. Right?
Right.
Then you add 3. Right?
Okay,
And
then
then
you add 1.
Now see, now 3 has run. Now you note down its current timestamp. Okay, last time 3 ran was 2. Or let's say it ran at 3.
Last time 3 ran was 3.
Right? Now you get 1. Now
Right.
you say, when did 1 run last time? It didn't run. Then you add 1 into the hash map with the current timestamp.
Oh,
Okay, now you get 1 more. What you check is you check with what was the previous, did it run previously? If it has, if it's there in the hash map and it is still cooling down, you don't run it. Then you wait for some time. Right? That is the solution which is not giving the minimum. Then you put down that ID. Then you get a new task. You go into the hash map. You see when was the last time it ran, and it has gone through the cooldown. Then you add it. This is the answer which is not giving you the minimum solution or the minimum length. Right, Dev?
so it doesn't give you the minimum length, or it does?
Looks like it's giving us minimum.
It'll
length.
give you the minimum length. You have
Yeah.
3, blank, blank, 3, 1, blank, 3.
Wait 1 second.
Yeah, it's giving us. Why don't you try with a different one, like 3, 1, 2, and then 3?
Wait 1 second. So what you do is
So at timestamp 0, you hit.
yeah.
3.
So basically, yes. So basically, yeah, this is minimum length, because if let's say you have A and you had B, you instead of adding A star and B, you were adding A and then you were adding B. I mean, you were not waiting for the A to cool down first. You immediately started B because
Right.
A is still cooling down. So yes, so that's fine. So what you're doing is as you're getting your task, you're adding it to your hash map. You also add in the last time that it got executed, right? You get a new task. You check if it got added. I mean, if it is still cooling down. If it is still cooling down, you wait. If it is not, if it has already cooled down, then you add a new task, right? And now let's say you get A. You check with A again. Has it cooled down? If it has, you run A. Otherwise, you don't. That is right.
Yeah.
So basically, all I did is this implementation that we did here.
Instead of the cooldown, instead of tracking how much time is left on the cooldown, you just use run time versus current time.
Yeah. So basically, I'm storing the timestamp of the last. I mean, when that task ran last time, right? So for each task, I mean, basically, I'm going through all the tasks. Check if the task is in the hash map.
Okay.
Right. And check if the task has cooled down. If it has cooled down, or if it is not even present in the hash map, you run it, you start it, and you put in the hash map. Now this is what our main problem was, right? Decrement the hash map of all. So instead of decrementing it for all, what I do is, I know all I'm doing is I'm changing the timestamp of the last of the current task. That's all. So now let's say I'm putting A. So A was running. It has cooled down. Now I again execute A. I put down the timestamp of only A. I'm not touching anything else. So basically, what Deven said, decrement it for all tasks. I'm just doing it for one task of the task that I'm going to execute,
Right.
and wait for that much time. So basically, if either I wait for, let's say, some k seconds for the cooldown to happen before I start that task, or I start that task if it has already cooled down, or if it's not there in the hash map. Okay, now let's say, wait, not. let's say I have A, B, C, A. Let's say B again. Let's say my cooldown is 3.
Okay.
Okay. Now let's say initially I start from A. Now initially I'm at this task, right? And also this is execution is 1 second. I mean I'm still and your cooldown is also, it happens in seconds.
Okay.
Okay, and this would be,
You said 3 seconds, am I right?
yes, I said 3 seconds cooldown.
The
But
cooldown
here I-
occurred in 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Cooldown occurred in seconds.
Yeah.
So basically, if you let me write on also the optimal solution, like the minimum. So we have A.
Mhm.
Then what? Then before we put down this, okay. Now this A comes. There has to be a cooldown of 3 seconds before this can run again, right?
Right.
So
Mhm.
we put A. Now also remember in my A, in my hash map, let's say I put 0 here.
Right.
Okay. Now I get, now this is what, 0, 1,
4.
2, 3, 4. Right? Now I
Right.
get my 4. I check with what A was before. Okay, now I understand. Now this is 4 minus 0, or do whatever, 4 minus 0 plus 1 or minus 1. Okay. Now I
Right.
check what was the last time A ran, because I have to go in this order of list, right? This task. I check
Mhm.
if A is there in the hash map, it is there. When was it last executed? Okay. So let's say I'm at 1. Okay, I cannot run it. Okay, now let's wait for one more time. Let's wait for one more time. Okay, I'm at 4. Now I can run it. Change 0 to 4. Okay.
Right.
Now let's say now I get B. B is not there in my hash map, so it's not even running. So it's safe to add B, right? Now I add B. I added as 5 or whatever. The last time. Now I get
Right.
C. It's not there in my hash map. Now I add C. I add 6. Now I get A. Right? Now A happened at 4. I got it at 7. Is it safe to run? No.
No.
Because this is running. This is running. There has to be one more. So when does A run? It has to run at 8. Right? So I just change 8. Now I get B now. What do I check? I
B
only
at
check when
5,
like,
8. Yeah. So you have to run B at 9.
Yeah.
is this understood?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So now let me think one more. Okay.
But you don't need to loop through the. You don't need to run the loop 9
Which-
times
which
or
loop?
whatever, right?
Which loop?
Okay.
Which loop?
Just scroll down. It's just the timestamp.
No, I'm running through the task only. Which
Okay,
timestamp?
okay, yeah.
Which loop are you saying?
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, come.
So
Okay.
then it's no event solution, right?
How? You're directly jumping into the O of n solution. We have not even written down the code. You're going to the task, but here we are doing something wrong. Here we are waiting. So let's say we are at A. We again got A. Right? We cannot. We have to add 3. So aren't you cooling down for 3 seconds?
You're
So it's
cooling
gonna
down
be
for
like a
So you-
task multiplied with the cooldown time. Am I right?
I mean, something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, so David, so you just jumped into O of n. Don't do that. You'll have to, like, we did something. You didn't even consider that into consideration.
Okay.
Right. So imagine there are like all are same. All are same, right? And if you're going through everyone, you'll have to go through the count of everyone, right? You'll have to wait. Everyone gets executed first. You'll have to run that. So while you're going through all the tasks, you also have a cooldown that has to happen. So you have A, you have this one. Then you have A, then you have 2. Then you have A, then you have 2. I mean, not whatever cooldown.
Right.
So you still have your task, but you still have to cool down for everything, right? So how can it be O of n?
You're not. The cooldown. Okay. We're saying the cooldown is the loop, right?
So when you said O of n, what was n here?
And it's the number of items in the array, the input array.
Does anyone wants to change? So basically, you're running for each task.
Right.
For each task, you're doing something, and at the end, what will you have at the end left? Let's say all the tasks are done. What will you have? What will you have at the end left? You'll have a
Yeah.
timestamp. You'll have the timestamp, right? When was the last? I mean, what was the last task that got executed?
Right.
Is it fine, everyone? What at the end you'll have the timestamp, right? Okay. Now after 3 hours, all my servers have finished working. So I'm going to still have, I'll have two variables. N servers have completed their doing the job. And I also have the timestamp. Okay, timestamp means this is the timestamp when everything has completed. Is that right? Cap, Arya, Deven.
Yeah.
Okay. And what is time complexity?
So
What is time
Go ahead,
complexity?
Dev.
It's
I mean, the task multiplied by the timestamp, like
no.
the
I'm
cooldown
saying,
period.
what does time complexity mean?
What's the worst case?
The worst case scenario you would
Right.
take in.
You
Yeah.
have timestamp, right? So it's O of timestamp. Or timestamp is nothing but your total cooldown or total seconds it took for all it to complete. So if you began from 0 and at the end you have, let's say, 18, you took 18 seconds to complete all the tasks, right? So your complexity is 18. Time complexity.
Yeah, that's correct.
What is time complexity, Devin? The number that the time it took, right? So it all depends upon the time it took for the whole task to run. And at the end, you have the timestamp, right? So return that. It depends upon how many tasks you have. It depends upon eventually at the end how much time you took.
Oh, okay.
Is that fine?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Everyone understood this one? I mean, okay. I mean, it's fine. I mean, basically you have. Okay. I mean, what I'm saying is, now when you guys say that for each task, for each task, right? Okay. For each task, and then you have a cooldown happening. So this is while not cooldown, you run it. You keep doing +1, right?
Yeah.
Right. How will you write the time complexity? I mean, for each task you have, it has to cool down. So
Right,
either
so-
now you say task into cooldown, but what is that giving you? It's like every task is actually cooling down, right? But at the end you have, okay, that is one answer. But eventually at the last you have the timestamp, right?
Right.
I mean, you can say task into cooldown, but eventually I have the timestamp at the end. I'll return this. Okay, the total amount it took actually to run all
Right.
the tasks.
Mm-hmm.
So you can return.
Yeah, I see. Like for example, in like we have like like a 2-second cooldown time, am I right? And we have a task like A, B, C, D, and let's assume that none of the task is repeating. So at the end, it's gonna be timestamp that,
4.
or yeah, to
Like,
finish
so-
all the tasks.
Yeah, so it took A, B, C, D,
Yeah.
and basically it took 4 seconds to complete. Like this 0, 1, 2, 3. It took 4 seconds to complete. And if you have A, B, A, C, A, B, D, at the end also you'll have the total timestamp actually that took. So you return that. So it depends upon the total timestamp. Or I think you can say task
Got
into
it.
cooldown is also fine actually.
Got
For
it.
each task you'll have to cool down.
And if I
Okay.
say task multiply by cooldown and scenario
fine,
like
that's
A, B,
fine.
C, D, then it's not gonna be correct.
Yeah, no,
answer.
but worst complexity is all are A.
Yeah,
Then and all are, let's say, then you have B.
B.
Then you have
yeah.
C. Then it'll be like, okay, I mean, okay, last you'll be returning timestamp, but it will depend upon, so it is task into cooldown. It's like for each task you'll have to cool down. A has to cool down, this has to cool down, this has to cool down. So eventually you can actually say task into cooldown. I was just mentioning that it is times, I mean, you can say it as timestamp also. I mean, time complexity is nothing but how much time it took, and it's a timestamp. I mean, timestamp means the execution time of the last server. But it is task into cooldown. It depends upon this one.
Okay.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Till now we are on the brute force.
I'm still amused.
Remove cooldown. Okay, hint, remove cooldown.
Okay.
Can't you calculate how much time you have left and just increment by that, skipping the entire cooldown loop?
Good one. So your task
Can you
is
repeat it, David? What do you say?
Okay. So you know that if I hit A, right, my cooldown, let's say my cooldown is 3, right?
Mhm.
So I know the next time I can run A is 4, right?
Yes.
Right. So rather than using the while loop to
This
say
one.
while not cooldown, right? if you encounter something that's not at the time it's supposed, the next time it's supposed to be able to run, just increment your counter by that much, or just insert that many blanks, or increment your timestamp by that much, and then add 1 for what you're going to run. So instead of your hash map keeping track of the cooldown, when it initially started, you keep track of when it's next supposed to be run.
Oh, yes. Okay. So you're saying rather than having that, we can have a just counter or something.
Yeah. So basically, instead of cooling down for let's say 3 seconds, you
Right.
are and waiting for 3 seconds and then updating your hash map,
You're jumping.
you directly, you know that cooldown has to happen for this many seconds, right? You increase your, instead of running it 3 times, your while loop for cooldown seconds, you increment your counter by those many seconds, and you directly change your hash map.
Yeah.
Right?
That's why I said O of N. That's the next part I came up with. So yeah. So you're getting rid of cooldown entirely with that. You don't have to run that while loop. You're using hash map to keep track
Okay.
of.
So you did. So basically, you are using some hash map for your storage, and which is
Right.
which is nothing but your O of task is your
Right.
space, and right here O of task is your time complexity also.
Right.
Okay. Next challenge. Convert O task to O of cooldown.
For both or just time complexity?
Which one? Which one?
For
You
time.
said-
Only time complexity. You need, so you still need space for all
Yeah,
these
that's
tasks,
what I
right?
was like. Wait a second. Okay, time complexity O of
Cooldown. So
cooldown.
Okay, 1 second. So tell me, so Cap, since this is the first time and you're doing an algo session, I don't know about Karan, Maharanjan, you guys are not speaking anything. So Karan, are you getting following till now anything? Maharanjan?
Hey Ankur, this is Maharaj, and I just joined 20 minutes back.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm getting it. So I'm new to this study group. Hi to everyone.
Hey. So you're coming from that Ankur study group, right?
Yeah, I was in that harsh
Okay,
group,
okay,
and I followed from there.
Oh, okay. So do ask away. I mean, the way we put here is we in our sessions will have like 4 to 5 members, and we try to make sure that everyone is understanding what is going on, and we actually record that. So if someone comes who wants to, they can go to YouTube and check it. But we try to make sure everyone is getting everything. I mean, all the doubts are getting cleared. So if you had any doubt, make sure that you're clearing them now itself, because we'll go, like, people will help you figure that solution, and we won't go ahead till you understood it.
Okay, sure. Ankur. So are we trying to solve an algorithmic question, or is it a system design question?
It's an algorithm.
Algorithm. Okay.
I mean, basically, we did a Wikipedia crawler, like I think a week back, and it had a task running. I mean, basically, let's say you have a server, and you ping it, right, to scrap a HTML from there, and you want to wait for some time before you hit it again. Okay, Arya and Devin, now you guys understand how is it related to web crawler? I told you, I mean, that in there also I told you that we'll be doing a task scheduler question today, and that will be related to web crawler. So basically, you hit a web server and you want to be polite. You don't want to hit it again in the cooldown period. So how do you do that? Right, and that is why you wait for some time before you hit that host again. Right, and now this is the implementation for that. Okay, Devin and Arya. Arya, were you there in the system design?
Yes, I was there.
Okay. Now, okay. So I have one question, Devin and Arya and Maharanjan. So we came up with O of task, right? Does it make sense to code this up first, or should we go into the O of cooldown?
Can we code it up so we can visualize it better that way? Just pseudocode is fine too. Doesn't mean.
Wait, I think there's someone coming. Devin, you want to go ahead with this? I mean, so basically you had let's say you had a hash map. So which one do you want to code? O of task or O of task into
O of task.
Task.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say we have
You have a hash map.
called last
Right.
executed, right? Because this is what we are storing.
Right.
Okay, and what? What else?
And then for each input in for each task in task, right?
Okay.
If
Wait. So what we are going to do is we are going to check in in the task if the task has so basically the best if task, let's say if task is not in task executed,
right,
what do you do?
you're gonna insert it and increment your counter.
Where is the counter? You didn't initialize anything.
Yeah, you're gonna have counter equals 0. And then
Okay.
last executed equals counter.
Where are you increasing? Okay, let's say in the previous one we incremented counter. Okay.
Else
Else?
timestamp equals I want to say counter.
Wait. What? Say again. Your.
I'm just trying to think about what's the best way to represent.
So if so
you could
basically
say counter equals counter plus last executed. That should work.
of last executed of T.
Of the task, right?
Of the
Last
task.
executed T plus 1, right? Am I saying that right? Yeah. If it's 0, the last executed at 0, your cooldown is 3, your next execution is 4. So you do plus 1. Then you say task executed of task equals counter.
I'm just writing down what you're saying. Yeah, I'm okay. No.
And then at the end of it all,
Then
you return counter.
okay. Now let's go. Now let's go. Arya, is this clear? Did you want to go through this again and find out if there's any problem or not?
Can we go run the example and just to make sure that is like a just simple example and go through it?
Wait. So let me go through this for task and task. So what we talked is if task not in task.
Oh wait. The if statement needs to increment counter by 1.
This one.
The if statement. The
So,
first if.
so instead of this, we'll just add counter plus equal to 1 here.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Can we just one time run through the one example and see?
Yeah, we'll do that. I mean, wait, let
Yeah.
me see if task not in task, if not in task executed, last executed task, we change it to counter. Okay, that is fine. Else.
Or that else is gonna fail that.
If so, no, wait. So if task is already in the task, if task is already in the task executed. Okay, okay, Deven. Now let's say you had A. Let's say you had A. Right. And let's say you have B, you have C, and you have D. Let's say you get A again.
Right.
And cooldown has already happened. Why will you add counter for A?
Oh, I need to check the current cooldown. You're right.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. That if condition is supposed to come in else here. Am I right? That is already.
So basically,
else if counter is greater than task executed all. Greater than task executed plus counter, then or you can just you would just set it.
So basically here you're actually calculating a wait time.
Right.
Basically that is what you're calculating, right? I mean let's say you calculate here, let's say you calculate a wait time. That is what you're calculating. If wait time, I mean we calculate wait time and either we wait for 3 more seconds or the cooldown seconds or we don't. Right? So basically this is what we are going to calculate, and at the end of this else loop we are going to make task of what do we say? Position like counter plus wait equal to
You're gonna set the counter equal to counter plus wait.
let's say we calculate the wait period, right? Let's say we
Right.
calculate only the wait period. Okay, these are the seconds I'm going to wait, right? And then so your waiting thing is done. Then what you do is task executed of your task equal to wait, right? Is that right?
No, isn't it wait plus counter?
And
Plus
then your
1.
counter is going to be
Plus 1.
no. Here also. Then let's not put it here then.
Okay.
Plus 1. Okay.
It'd be
wait.
counter equals wait plus counter.
The task executed of task is this one, right? And then you do counter plus 1 equal to 1 here.
Right.
But this is not. This is plus equal to wait, right? Wait, you're also adding the wait, right?
Yeah.
Wait plus counter plus 1. This is going to be the new counter, right?
Yeah.
So wait, let us go through this again.
You can set wait to 0 in the first if. And
No, but here also wait can be 0, right? Here also wait can be 0 in else.
yeah, I didn't know if Python was lexically scoped or globally scoped. That's why.
Oh, okay. So basically wait can be 0 here. Also wait is actually maximum of 0 and some cooling period.
Right.
So Arya, did you understand what is going on right now?
Yes, I'm actually writing code too. So just also I'm following you guys too. I think we have. I know what you mean. Wait time is basically our cooldown. That's what you're adding it when we are
Yes.
checking else condition.
Yeah, and so basically in your else condition, right? We actually
Yeah.
calculate the wait time. So this is the amount. I mean the number of seconds we have to wait,
Yes.
right? And then we change the last executed time of that task to that wait plus counter.
Mm-hmm.
So basically this one, and at the end we increase the counter by plus 1. So basically this is the wait time, but whatever
Yeah.
so this is equal to. So counter plus wait plus 1 because we incremented by 1.
Yes.
Right.
Should we write perfect code now, or we don't, or do we jump into the cooldown? Cap, what do you say? So are you following Cap?
Yeah, I took a break in between for 15 minutes. Yes, I'm following it. Yeah.
Okay, no worries then. I know if it took a 15 minutes, you might not
I
follow.
missed something. Yes.
So Arya and Devin and Maharanjan, you guys followed. Now you understood what is going on here, right? So I think we'll go into the cooldown solution. Let's O of cooldown.
Okay.
And then we'll see. I mean, I don't know how to take this. Coding this.
I think we should write it down quickly at the this roughly the solution, even because it's a little bit messy down there. So
Okay.
yeah, just quickly. It's not gonna take more than.
We can go to lead code and write.
This is not a lead code question. It's there on lead code, but it's a different. But this question is different.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll send you the text. I mean, I'll send you the text later after the session. I'll send the exact question, exact examples, and then what do we do? Maybe I'll write. I have the solution also with me. I have it saved somewhere. So I'll send you that solution. I'll send you that solution also later. So okay. So say we have of. Okay, I have the solution. I'll put that down also.
With the O of task.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So
last execution is it? Yeah, defining that.
and let's say your so here they instead of counter, right, they say it as POS. Or why is it POS? Okay, let's say it's POS. Or let's say let's change it to counter. I don't know why they said pause. Or should I call it counter only?
Does it really matter what we call it?
I mean, it matters, right? What variable you put in your this thing. So now let's go for task.
Or we can call it timer too, if you want.
timer. I mean, whatever. I mean, timer is okay. Okay. I mean, okay, counter or we'll call it counter. Okay, for task and task, if task not in task.
Task not in task executed.
Yeah.
okay,
task
sorry.
is- Yeah.
So what I mean in the solution, right? What they're doing is they are making a variable called weight equal to 0. Let's say they put weight equal to something. They initialize it to say, let's say 0 only.
Right.
Okay, and they are initializing weight equal to 0 here. Okay, now they do else. I mean, so they set else. This is the waiting period, and at the end they actually calculate what the waiting period actually is, and they set the last executed time to that. Okay. Now since they're checking how many times have so this is counter. How much time has been gone since the last task ran? Same task.
Right.
Okay.
Wait, in the if loop, don't you have to add the task to the?
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do it
okay.
here. I mean, that is how in the solution they have given.
Oh, okay.
I'm just writing down. We can write that, but then that will get messy, and then eventually we'll have to fix all that. So I'm just giving the final solution.
Okay.
And
Okay.
you'll add the same line here, then you'll add the same line here. Instead, it's better if you set a variable here and you set it all at the end.
Right.
Right. So I'm just. So this is what your science since last is. So since last is nothing but what is since last? How much time has it taken
Since the last time I was run.
since? So this is counter is your current, and this is your okay. So it's basically your counter basically. This is your counter. This is your count. I mean, no,
It's
no.
a different. It's the difference between your counter and the last time you
This
ran.
is your cooldown, right?
Right.
Basically, how many? What I mean, how many seconds before did you see that? Did you see that task?
Yeah.
Right. Now you change your weight equal to max of 0 or cooldown minus since last. I mean, if it has if the cooldown is greater than 0, wait. I mean, wait. What is this? Weight equal to max. So basically, this is the time you have to wait.
Right, and then since last was the last time it was run against the current time, right?
Yeah, and then
cooldown.
Yeah, so you're basically waiting for like 2 seconds. If the cooldown is 4 seconds, you're waiting for 2 more seconds for it to wait down. So this is so now you have your wait period, right? So basically now you have your wait time. This is the amount of time you'll have to wait before the current task executes, right? And so basically this will be, what is your last executed? The last executed of your task is, what is this? Your counter plus your weight plus 1, right?
Right.
Is this fine? And then your counter is counter plus weight plus 1. Correct?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still confused if this is plus 1 or this is not plus 1.
No, that one's not plus 1. Wait, lactic. Yeah, that one is plus 1. Sorry.
How did you figure that?
Because if it, let's say the wait time is 4, right?
Okay, because you wait for that much amount, and then you add plus 1.
Right. So if your counter is 0, you have to wait 4. You're gonna run at 5.
Yes. Okay. And your counter current is plus 2 or plus 1? Plus 1 only. So next time when you come, you are going to check. So should I leave at this, or should we go into the exact what hash map is?
No,
I
that
guess-
makes
Should we? Okay, let's do this. Let's take the first example. Right. Let's say we had 3313.
Yeah.
Let's go into this task executed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's say we had this task executed is empty. Okay.
And
Right,
cooldown period is 2.
yes, cooldown is
Okay.
cooldown is 2, and the current counter, or let's say timer, is 0.
right.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay. Now we first go into 3. Okay. Now what? If 3 is not there in the task,
We can put 3 and 0, right?
3, and we are going to make 3, and this is 0. Okay. Now next we come here. Now if task not it is there, now we calculate what?
We calculate the difference between the current time and
What is the current time here? 1 or 0? It's 1,
1.
right? Okay, your
Yeah.
timer has become 1 now. It was 0, it has become 1.
right.
So now we are at, so this was a 0th second. This took 1 second to complete. So
Mhm.
so basically your timer means the number of elapsed times. Right?
Yeah.
So when
Right.
we are at 3, like 1 second is elapsed. Now we are at 3. So now we check when was the last time it executed? It was at 0.
Yes.
But it's not 0 actually, it has to be
The
1, right?
Yeah, so we have to find out the absolute value for that or something like.
So this would
So that's
be
gonna go with the negative.
so counter equal to current counter minus task executed. So which will be 1 minus 0, which is 1.
Right.
Basically, we'll have to wait for 2 seconds, 2 more seconds, right?
Yeah, because
I mean actually.
Mhm.
So we have 3, we have 0, 0. Man, this is confusing to me. It's not getting into my head now. So do one thing. I'll send you guys the code later on. Okay, and then maybe individually when we have time, we'll go over this. And
Yeah,
try to
that's
understand this.
that's fine.
Right, because
That's
otherwise
fine.
it'll take up a lot of time. Because
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
also
yeah, that's okay.
okay then.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, I just wanted to explain like how you're you're figuring out the next thing,
Mhm.
Okay.
right? And yeah. So now let's think of this cooldown solution.
Yep.
O of cooldown only. So what? So Devin, what will O of cooldown mean? What does it mean? So initially it was O of
Oh, a number of tasks, right?
yes. And why was it O of number of tasks?
Because
You're
you're
sto- I
going
mean,
through
yeah.
each task, and then you're basically saying the hash map, and you're calculating for each.
Okay. Now my question. Okay. Now let's say I just want to show one thing to you. Maybe that will make sense more to you.
Okay.
Let's say and we have cooldown of 3 seconds. Okay. Now let's say I have A, B, C, D, E, F. I again get in A, I get B, C, D, E, F, and G, or whatever. Okay.
Right.
Now let's say I'm at E. Wait. Yeah, let's say I'm at E.
Right.
Okay. Let's say I'm at E. So yeah, so I mean, first thing is in a hash map we'll have A, we'll have B, we'll have C, we'll have D, we'll have E, we'll have F, A. Right? We'll have all these.
Right.
Yes.
We'll have all these. And what will you do for E? What you will check? If I mean basically all you're going to check is okay. How do I explain this? Okay, when I'm at E, what am I going to check?
You're going to check the hash map for E and calculate the cooldown for the wait
Yes.
period.
Okay, and what is this hash map?
The last time something was executed.
Right? Okay. Now let's say A ran at 0th second.
Right.
right? But right now, and then we had B, which is like, let's say this is 100 seconds. And let's say we had 0, 101, we had D, 102, and now we are at E. Right? And now we ran E and we are at E. Right? And our cooldown is actually, let's say 3 seconds.
Okay.
We just don't we have to just check what was the last task that ran in the last 3 seconds? I mean, we are at E, right?
Right.
All we have to check is did E run in the last 3 seconds?
Right. Oh, okay. So each time you loop, you're checking.
Don't go into the loop yet.
Okay.
So basically, you check in a timestamp that
No, you don't check in the timestamp. You check it against the last 3 run task. So if you have A, B, C, D, E, right? A, if you look at A, there are no tasks that have run previously.
No. What I'm checking is, so no. So Devin, what you said is I'm checking the last 3 tasks. This is what I've said. I said all I have to do is check in the last cool down seconds. Did E also run? So if 3 is my cooldown,
right?
All I'm checking is E still cooling down?
Yeah.
Right.
Did E run? Was E running in the last 3 seconds? I mean, not 3 seconds exactly, but in the, let's say,
the last 3 executions.
No, not last 3 executions. Yes, exactly. So basically, you have E over here, and then you'll have 3 cooldowns, and then let's say you have E, right?
Right.
So this is the cooldown period. All I have to check is E still cooling down?
Right.
Yeah.
That is all I have to check, right? And let's say I get A again. All I have to do is to find out is, so basically this is what we are doing in the code, right?
Oh my God, it's so simple. It's not funny.
Yeah, it's like a very intuitive, but it's like when you think about it, it's like, yeah, it's
exactly. I'm getting the point, and I'm also finding it very difficult to explain to you guys how do you go to that solution.
No, now it makes sense. Rather than worrying about everything, you just worry about what we're
No,
on.
wait. So what are you doing? Wait. Still now we are not figured out a solution. You're checking it if it has happened in the last cooldown. So what? What is cooldown? What is that? Is it a set? Is it a hash map? What is that? Is it a queue?
It's a queue.
It's a linear.
You're first in, last out. As you run stuff, you put it on the queue and you pop. You just pop whatever's at the end of the queue. You just keep on pushing stuff off as you execute, right? So
but how do you know if that element is there in the queue? You still have to do if E in queue, right?
Right, if E in queue.
But won't that be like? But you're going through all the tasks, right?
You're going through all the tasks and then you're going through the queue 3 times. Cooldown time per task. Oh no. Yeah.
Wait, just
Can't it just be a set? No.
Huh? No. So one thing is this will still take O of n only. It'll never be O of cooldown. I mean, I assumed it was going to be cooldown. It'll still be O of n of like where n is task.
Right.
It's the space complexity that you're improving because now we are using a queue, right? So
you're not using a hash. Okay.
Right. And also now for if E in queue, right? If you use if in E in queue, this will become O of task into cooldown. But right?
Yeah.
And this is not what we want. We want this to be fast. Lookup to be fast.
So it's a set. If it's a set, it's only going to appear in the set once, right? No matter what position it's in. As long as it's in the set, it can't run.
Exactly. So basically, we use another data structure which is actually storing which is helping us figure out if task is in the queue. So we use a different data structure for that. That is actually speeding up this if E in queue. Yes, basically what you said set.
Yeah. Because you don't have to worry about duplicate because the way the cooldown works, you can't have duplicate. But you can't use a regular queue because you'd have to seek the queue. You need a specialized queue which uses a set.
No, not specialized. You just use two. You use wait. Arya, are you getting this?
So what you're trying to say here that because we don't want to have any duplicates, are we going to use this like a queue? But queue we cannot use it because of the
No, we are using queue. We are using set also. So basically, what? No, but my
no,
question
are
is,
we using set? I mean, because of the we should
no.
not
Don't
worry
use
about
set.
the
Set is
duplication.
because wait, you will use a set. Wait, let me think. Yes, you are using a set, and your queue is also wait.
But
So
a set
basically,
doesn't
what you're saying
guarantee
is
order.
okay. So you're saying Deven is that you use a set, and you're popping and pushing into the set.
Yeah, but
And
a
you're
set,
always keeping it size cooldown.
right.
Okay. But my question is, what is the time complexity to add into a set and to remove from the set? Is it O1? Okay.
Oh, look up at O1, removal is O1 also.
Yeah.
Insertion's
Removal.
O1.
Yeah.
How is
And,
removal over
just
one?
iterating through
You
would
check
be
to see
the,
if the hash is there. If the hash is there, oh, it's a hash tag.
Yeah.
No, removal. How is it? How is removal over one?
You're just popping,
yeah.
moving at the end. But a set, that's what
No,
I was
no,
wondering.
no.
A set
No,
doesn't guarantee order.
If you want to remove particular element, then
Mhm.
we have to iterate through it. Am I right?
Yeah.
Because a hash map is nothing but a set. Is nothing but an array, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So we have to iterate through. So remove would be the
Oh, and
yeah O of n, and here is going to be cooldown time.
I guess it should be, sorry, I joined late, Ankur. It should be order of one only, right? Removal.
how?
Right.
So internally, hash set implements hash map. So it gets the, like it fetches the hash
Right.
of the element, and then it directly goes to that, like that bin or that bucket, and then directly deletes that.
So if you do a deletion on it, right? It just
Yeah.
checks to see if the hash is there and removes the hash.
So you want to delete a particular element from the hash
Mhm.
set, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you already know what's the element. You directly calculate its hash and then go directly to the bucket
I
and
see.
delete it. Right.
Right.
So it's internally it's a hash map implementation. That's what you're saying.
Yes, in Java it is like, I'm not sure how we do it in Python.
Right. So using a set, what you do is you make sure your set. So wait. Okay, I got it. I mean, you guys use you guys are using a set which is of size cooldown, right?
Yeah, hash map has.
No. So basically, all the tasks that happened in the last cooldown seconds,
Yeah.
right? And what you're doing is you're maintaining the set and you're putting in the elements and you're removing the elements. If a task has cooldown, you remove it. If it has started executed, you add it to the set.
Wait, but how do you know which one to remove? Because set doesn't guarantee order, does it?
Yeah. So that's the question. Good one. Then
No, you can just keep a variable which keeps track of the last
No.
last
So
task.
yes. No. So let your task come in, your task go out, right? So basically, now remember the Repcorer question. You start you put your task over here. You right, and all your tasks keep adding here, right? Find out the question find out the task that happened. I mean, which is at the front end. Find out this one. Find out if now let's say you get a new task E. Compare it with the first one, right? And now since you're comparing it, you know that when it occurred, and you remove it if it is beyond. I mean, if it is already cooled down, and you append E here. Does
Okay.
that make sense? Right? And if and for I was mentioning that to check if the element is there in the queue, you use a set. Okay. Now, wait. Wait. You get a new task. You start its execution. What I'm saying is, what we wanted was to figure out in the last cooldown seconds, in the last 3 seconds, was that
Right.
task in there in my was also executing. Yes, okay. So we have E, we have this set, but can't we store in this set also the timestamp of that task then? If you're, let's forget about Q.
Yeah, you can store the timestamp.
Then we'll have to duplicate it, right? We are storing it in task executed also, and we are also storing in the set,
Yeah.
right? And
Getting weird.
no, wait. No, wait. So basically, what we are doing is we try to check if if A is there in the set. So yeah, one thing is, when do we remove it? That was the question, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's say, okay, we put E. Okay, let's say we only put E, and we go into the task executed. We can find out when was the last time it executed. And if it has already cooled down, we can calculate the time period. And if it has already cooled down, we remove it from the set. And so in the set, we only store E, we store only D, we store only A. And if a new task comes in A, we check if it is present in the set, that means it has it is cooling down still. We check. Hello?